I've been playing for a bit. Yeah, still a little broken. Has its issues with damage specifically, but they did do a bunch of updates for trying to maintain connection. Also, with making sure that you got a lot of more rare items. So this far in, I figured I'd give a what the hype is on the game. Basically, what the big deal with the game is that you have squad-based combat, but in reverse. It's more so that you don't really hide behind cover. It's encourage that you actually go out and do as much damage as possible. As you see, I can continuously heal myself with this character. There we go. Graphics are pretty good. You can actually play this game in 4K on most consoles and PC. Frame rate's definitely good. Personally, haven't really run into any issues with the game, other than sometimes being randomly killed by like low tier enemies out of nowhere, a boss. This guy here. There we go. All right, yeah. Sometimes before the updates that they did, I found my game crashing. But so far, within the last 2 weeks, I haven't run into any of those issues. A friend of mine is enabled still to connect, so that's definitely fun. There we go. There we go. So you get to play with a lot of different gun types. Oh, yeah, he appeared out of nowhere. Got your assault rifle class, you got your rifle class, and then you have your shotgun class, which basically is the difference in short range, medium range, or long range. Certain characters play toward one of the tropes, so you definitely want to stay with that specifically because, as I found playing through my few playthroughs, if you don't stick to that, your character's pretty much gonna die every single time. That's why you see me up close and personal. Now, the draw for me on the game, the story is actually pretty good. Honestly, it's not too many games nowadays that you can actually get a good story like this. Gunplay is definitely great when it works. Can't complain about that. And if you can find another person to play with, I definitely strongly recommend it. So all of the weapons that you get different modifications that you can use that enhance the ability of the weapon, damage, heal. Some create orbs of little orb mine that explodes and kills everybody in a radius. It's pretty cool. Then there's armors that boost your abilities or make it so that you take less damage. And this guy doesn't look too happy. Then you got your bosses, which are probably honestly the most fun that I actually have with playing this game. It's a matter of figuring out the best way to take them out. Not every ability works the same way, or even twice. Make them chase me. Oof. About to get me. Oh, they got me. Yeah, it's something you gotta watch out for. He wasn't able to do that before. But then you also operate on skill of leveling, which actually caps out about 30. And then second yellow bar you see there is actually a world tier. So world tiers are basically secondary tiers for how difficult the game is going to be. So the enemies go up in damage, you gain more XP, and you got a better chance of getting more rare loot. There you go. That's one of my abilities for my shotgun. Every time I kill somebody, I get armor. For that, I forgot. Always forget that I have the pistols. It's pretty good, pretty reliable. So even though I'm not slowing him down because he's immune, his bullets can't really do much to me. So I can continue to dodge them while that's activated. And one of the abilities I ended up giving this guy is after his shield goes down, after his bubble goes down, the his shield goes up to 100% immediately. So I use it both defensively and offensively. I don't have to really work as hard. So the reason it took so long to take him down, every piece of weapon, armor, is actually cased according to the world tier that you're on. So what you have to do is you have to make sure that all of that is actually leveled and properly statted high enough so that you can actually take less damage and deal more damage to keep up with the enemies. Because they're always, I believe, 3 to 5 levels higher than you. So you really, really want to pay attention to that. So go on a menu here. So it's my character here. And as you can see, you have different levels for what you actually have for each weapon, even though my character is level 22, as you see at the top left, says left of the screen. So this is actually definitely high enough level. My shotgun could use a lot more leveling. My pistols, that's why they were doing so much damage, were pretty good against them. Then we go to the armor. 29, definitely good. 27, nah. 27. 27. So that's why I was taking so much damage. So that's why I had to keep moving around as much as I did. Then you have your skills. So the class I'm playing as is a trickster. The trickster has different abilities that affects time and space. So they can teleport, they can slow enemies. They have bullet twisted rounds, which actually enhance the damage you actually do. Basically adds anomaly power. It's basically a status effect to it that actually does more damage. The ones that I generally like to use are the temporal blade, which you swipe and makes everything explode. If it doesn't make them explode, it does a lot of damage to them. Slow trap. Slow trap, I love that one because it makes sure that all of the bullets that are being shot at you are slowed as well. So even if the enemy somehow is immune to it, you can still dodge their bullets. The last one I use is hunt and pray. and this is one I'm pretty sure a lot of people who play structure generally use. Allows you to teleport immediately behind your enemy, does some damage to them, but it also makes it so that you can turn around and just do whatever ability you want against them. So the first two abilities actually kind of work in tandem to that. They all actually, the way that I usually get these guys working, they all generally work together that way. Let's see what else we got. We got our class abilities. In the class ability tree, you can't select them all, unfortunately. So you basically want to select the abilities that you generally have based on the playstyle that you think you'd have. The playstyle I have is more close range, but also defensively. So a lot of my stats are actually built according to making sure my armor is stronger, so I take less damage, and then my shield regenerates a lot faster. Also decreases a lot slower. So that way, if whether I'm immediately in a fight or going to another fight, I can make sure I'm still actually protected. So, but you have different ways of how you can actually play. It's a very good chance no two players are going to play the exact same way. Yeah. So this has been a take on what I like to play for this game. Short review, even though this game has been out a while. I think it's gotten better, especially since it's free on Game Pass, and you can actually play this like on your phone, tablet too as well. So if you actually do have access to the game through that, I do recommend jumping in if you'd like and just give it a try. I don't see why not. You're already paying for the game, so well, this is my review of Outriders. Thank you very much for checking out my video. And if you feel so kind, would you mind go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I can go ahead and make sure that you get more videos to see on games that I like to play. Thank you and goodbye.